sure he does. I mean, he's a wealth of knowledge when it comes to boxing, and all these years of watching mixed martial arts, I know he is, and especially, again, he's in that inner circle of high-level trainers and athletes right now, and I'm excited to hear his viewpoint, his perspective on that.
You know, he still looks bad too when you see him in videos, and he's training, and he fought one guy on an airline about a week or so ago. That guy deserved and Tyson was pulling punches, thankfully, for that guy.
You know, and it's funny because my nickname was Iron Will Barry, and somebody on social media said, well, what are you going to do now? I said, I'm going to defer to the champ on that one. He's Iron.
There's only one
just Will Barry. All right, folks, we have Corey Hackett's brother, Mr. Jayson Hackett. Now, you know, this is an interesting thing, too. He just saw his brother lose a tough decision. Does that motivate him, or does that kind of put a stifle on his energy?
You know, I don't know. That's an interesting point. You see that happen a lot in the UFC, where people in relationships will fight after one another. It's got to affect you, but he came into the ring or into the cage smiling. He looks relaxed. You know, in a roundabout way, maybe he's thinking, you know what, my brother did the best he could, and I'm going to do the same exact thing. No pressure. He may feel no pressure going in there right now.
He looks very comfortable. He's fighting Mr. Nash Hylton. Nash Hylton at Cage Wars 51 actually did the national anthem on his guitar. It was amazing. It was like Jimi Hendrix.
Wow.
Yes, and that's why I was kind of bummed. I'm excited he's fighting tonight, but I was really looking forward to hearing another guitar national anthem.
Well, you know what they should do is they should keep that guitar cage side, and after victories, you know, the way Tyson Fury does a song and a dance at the end of the fight, maybe this guy can do some guitar riffs for us in the cage.
This young man is very talented. You know, I was talking to him many months back before he had his first fight with us, and I was talking to him, and I said, how long have you been training? He'd been training for several years before even taking a fight. Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu. Back in the day, if you trained for 6 months, you fought. The sport has evolved to the point now these young men and women are trained for years before they even compete.
You bring up a great point, too, the way the sport has evolved. The last Cage Wars that I think I was a part of was maybe 6, 7, 8 years ago, and I was excited to see the level of competition and the athletes and just the skill level. And here we are. We're just only our second fight of the prelims, and we're already seeing, for me anyways, and for my money, just better-looking athletes, focused. You know, and you would know this more than me, guys are putting more time into it. A lot of these guys have jobs and such, but they're able to somehow make it work. And both guys look terrific and in great shape coming into this match here tonight.
We're going to bring it up to the ring announcer, Mike Falvo.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, for our next fight on the card of Cage Wars 52, scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in our lightweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He weighed in yesterday 153 pounds even. Representing Bear Hug Jiu-Jitsu out of Corning, New York, Jayson the Cowboy Hackett.
Hackett looks excited.
And his opponent standing across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. He weighed in yesterday 153 1/2 pounds. Representing Brian Brewery, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu out of Waterfleet, New York, Nash the Avenger Hylton. And the man in charge of the action at the sound of the bell, Mr. Laszlo Huve.
You know, I mentioned it earlier in the night. Hackett has that USA Wrestling tattoo on his chest. Nash Hylton comes from Brian Brewery Jiu-Jitsu. Both these young men are excellent at grappling. I think, to me, what's going to make the difference is the striking and who's going to be more dangerous off their back.
Well, we may find out quickly who the better striker is because we just saw it. Oh,
nice body lock by Hackett.
Tremendous power.
Down into guard.
The strength.
Yes, wrestlers just have beast strength. They're nuts.
I don't think
locking up that guard.
And I don't think, well, he does look relatively comfortable. I don't think he wants to be on his back, though.
Well, you know, Brian Brewery Jiu-Jitsu, they're very comfortable on their back. Coming from a jiu-jitsu school where, again, Hackett is a little bit more of a wrestler. I mean, it comes from Bear Hug Jiu-Jitsu, but wrestling tends to be his go-to. He coaches wrestling. So they tend to want to be on top more. Brewery's guys tend to be comfortable either way. You want to be on top, but Nash is very comfortable sweeping, getting back on top, getting out from bad positions.
I'm really impressed with the strength of Hackett early on.
Yes, he's holding him up against the cage. He's got his head lower than Nash, if you notice. That's the key. Head low, pressure on the cage. He's got his arms locked. It's really tough for Nash to kind of get out of this. The goal is to dig an underhook as you see him with his left hand here and turn. Nice job by Nash Hylton. Run into the corner. Oh, good reversal by Hackett.
Tremendous skill.
He's trying to assume side control, but you notice there, Nash does a nice job getting that left knee in.
And now with the amateurs, when it comes to the ground and pound, the only pounding you can do is to the body. So people are at home watching this, they're thinking, go to the head, go to the head. Can't do it.
Yes. Now, one thing that a lot of the amateurs tend to forget is you can knee to the body. That's something that's not used quite as much as really should be from like a side mount kind of a position. But again, Nash doing a nice job putting him in the closed guard and kind of negating that offense temporarily of Hackett. If you notice, Hackett likes that pressure. He likes to come forward.
And Hackett looks like he's bleeding, and I don't know if that was from a strike or maybe it was from some kind of a clash of heads when they were down there grappling. I think
it might have been that first kick. Hackett trying to work his way up, trying to clear Nash's right knee. But again, Nash doing a nice job maintaining guard, keeping a good position, keeping the knee in the way. Laszlo Juve watching, making sure there's no illegal contact, no illegal strikes. And as you mentioned, Hackett is bleeding. That's good. That's a good blood flow right there by Hackett.
There is an awful lot on Nash Hylton right now. Now, if you were scoring this, is Hackett doing enough with the position? I mean, it does look like Hylton is doing it.
He is controlling the position. So he took him down, he reversed him. So if you're a judge, you know, even though Nash is doing a good job defensively, I mean, Corey's controlling this. All right, Jason's controlling this. I got the Hackett brothers mixed up.
And he is, he appears to really be wearing Hylton out right now.
10 seconds left.
That was a dominant round, too.
That was a very dominant. Nash bringing the legs high.
Does he have the neck?
Looking for an arm lock. Look for a neck. And that's it. End of round one. That was an excellent round for Jayson Hackett.
You know, it didn't start off great for him, but once he was able to match him with some skill, I think that he was able to wear Hylton down a little bit there.
And he did a great job of avoiding sweeps. And even when Hylton got out from the cage with that underhook, he reassumed position, dominant position. You know, he's doing an excellent job in these transitions. And that's what I talked about earlier in the night. Yes, he's bleeding, but who cares? He won that round.
He, without a doubt, won that round.
And judges have to look at these 3 rounds as 3 individual chapters of the book. Once that chapter's over, you start a brand new chapter.
Yep.
So, you know, a lot of the folks at home that don't understand that scoring, round 1 is in the books. We think that round 1 went to Hackett.
Right.
We don't know. We're not the judges. But again, round 2 is a new chapter.
3 individual matches is basically how you have to do it. And you hope, and you know, we talked about this too before. You see so many discrepancies. It could be the angle where one of the judges is sitting by the cage. They may not have been able to see some of the action in one of the sides over there.
You never know what the judges see. Dan Mergliotta always talks about that.
I will say this. I don't think Hylton wants to be on the ground again, and I have a feeling he's going to go for some early strikes.
I would agree.
That's where his success was.
Yep, I would agree. Keep him at distance and use those leg kicks, use those strikes. Oh, got an issue with the cage here. Doctor's coming in. Looks like he's going to check the cut.
Didn't look like it was enough to warrant the doctor, but.
Well, safety's always first, you know, so we always welcome that. He's just making sure the orbital bones are okay. You notice he's he's using his thumbs laterally away from the nose, just checking the orbital bones, checking the face structure, make sure there was no major damage.
It doesn't appear to be a break, and that's a good thing.
All right. Cage Wars, safety of the fighters is always paramount. Nothing but respect for that.
Well, now that we got the safety out of the way, let's get back to the wars.
Let's get back to the carnage. All right, here we go. Start of round 2. Good show of sportsmanship. Let's see if Hylton can keep this on the feet. Oh, nice right hand by Hackett.
You know, it was funny. I thought Hylton was the one that landed, but Hackett is strong.
Hackett is very strong. He does a nice job controlling positions. He took Nash by the neck, grabbed the arm, and just brought him down. He's trying to step over to side control. But again, Nash does a good job of putting the knee in, but he's got it rolling. There we go.
Turned him over.
There we go. Excellent reversal.
Well, that was huge because, you know, that's an opportunity for him to level this fight out.
And here we go. Hackett with the reversal. Both these young men are very adept at all areas of mixed martial arts. Look for the omoplata. He's got that shoulder locked. Corey rolls with it. Nash ends up on top. Side control. What can he do with it? Now, again, this is where you can unload some knees we talked about, unload that left knee. But, again, I think right now Nash just wants to slow this down.
And I got to tell you, this is really important for Nash because the way he was seemingly dominated for the majority of the first round, for him to be able to return the favor, this tells you where the two athletes might be in terms of conditioning.
Looking for the mount, stepping over. Nice and calm, trying to push the head down, create some separation. Looking for more than likely an arm because, again, can't ground and pound. Looking for that left arm of Hackett.
Now, if you're Hackett here, you have had some success with the reversals.
You notice he's locking Nash's right shoulder. He let go of it now, but he's locking the right shoulder and going to try to roll. Nash doing an excellent job looking to isolate that right arm of Hackett. And again, sometimes they try to isolate the arm to make them react and then go for a choke. So again, we don't really know what's going on in Nash's mind, but he's doing a good job with the attempts. And Hackett, excellent
job. That was a great job. Now, with about a minute or so left to go in the round, in essence, he could steal this in the next 35 or 40 seconds.
He 100% could. This is one of those rounds where I don't know if I'd want to be judging it if I was an official.
Well, they did about 5 or 6 somersaults in alternating position.
He's locking the leg over the head, looking for an arm bar. Look for an arm lock. He's got it behind the back. Can he create enough pressure? Hackett doing a nice job rolling out of that.
That
wow.
is absolutely
excellent.
Is that a taught? Is that taught, or is that just instinctual to know?
No, he's been taught that. But I mean, it's instinctual to know when you can do it, when you're in the right position to do it without hurting yourself. No, that's skill and technique. Well,
he's now done that twice, and in both instances, he could have rolled into something much, much worse, and it didn't happen. And now some decent ground and pound to the body, closing out this round. This is what the judges may remember with 15 seconds left to go.
Absolutely, and Nash is doing a good job working his legs high. He was working for that arm lock, but again, what are the judges seeing? They're seeing Hackett on top, they're seeing Hackett reversing, and they're seeing a little bit of ground and pound. It's a tough one to score, but again, I mean, I would think Hackett had the advantage in that round.
Well, now if you're Nash Hylton, at best it's 1-1. At best, he's probably down 2 rounds. And I'm sure his corner's going to tell him that if they're being honest with him. Wouldn't you agree?
I would think so. But again, you never really know. I mean, each fighter's a little bit different, what may motivate them, what their coach's style is. But, Brian Bury's a very straightforward guy, and I think he's telling Nash, you got to finish this now. Don't let this go to the judges.
Very competitive fight.
Looks like Ed Kinner's calling for the doctor potentially.
Well, I think that's just for cosmetics.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything serious.
Oh no, they're calling for bleach to clean up the blood. That's when you know it's a good fight.
That's when you know it's a good fight. When the doctors aren't in there, but we gotta bring in the bleach for blood removal. That's what we want.
Nash Hylton very calm. He's very focused, but I don't think he's very happy with his performance thus far.
Well, he got off to a gangbuster start. He landed the high leg kick early and did the damage, but aside from a little bit of ground control midway through that second round, I have to say, Hackett has really performed well here tonight.
He's doing amazing. He's doing a good job securing positions, reversing to gain position.
Boy, I tell you,
utilizing ground and pound.
Is anybody having more fun than Hackett right now?
No, I'd love to see guys and girls in here that can smile and enjoy it.
He's having a blast.
Now, if you notice, Hackett's doing a better job moving his head there. Oh, nice knee, but again,
so that is
double.
huge.
That's the one thing about wrestlers. They'll eat a shot to commit to that takedown.
And he did that rather easily.
Yes.
That's there for the rest of the round.
And again, he's a wrestling coach at their school, so this is his bread and butter. Nash working that left leg high up over the back of Hackett, trying to have some control.
So if you're Nash right now, you're looking to find some sort of a submission from being on bottom?
A submission or a sweep to get on top. He's getting that left knee in, bringing the right leg up high to control. Looking for that right arm, right shoulder of Hackett.
If you were in the corner of Nash and the opportunity presented itself to get back up into standing, you would obviously encourage him?
Me personally, I would, just because, you don't want to leave this to the judges, and
Yep.
I really think he's down 2-0.
I would agree with that.
Through the first minute of this third and final round, Hackett doing a nice job. We talked about this. Not enough of the novice rules fighters are doing ground and pound. He's doing a nice job trapping Hylton's right arm with that left knee.
I think he's landed at least 8 to 10 significant strikes to the body, which not an easy thing to do.
No.
Less surface and target area.
And especially against an athlete who is adept at jiu-jitsu like Nash is. You know, this is not a slouch on the ground by any means. He's trying to lock up Hackett's arm. Hackett is very aware of that. Posture's up.
If you're Hylton, you got to get this thing standing, and you have to go back to trying to land a knockout blow in the next minute and 30. Time is running out, and if he's really unable to mount any real offense in the position he's in right now, and that's a credit to Hackett.
I agree.
And they're standing him up.
That was an interesting stand-up.
Why would he stand him there?
Usually if there's not enough action, but that seemed like there was some action there. But hey, you know, I'm not going to complain.
That is interesting.
Oh.
Hackett seems to say, I don't care what you do.
No.
We're going to find a way to get this thing
Hackett
to the ground.
is a gritty guy, man. He's doing really well. I'm becoming a fan right now. Look for the neck of Hylton right now. Look for that choke. He let it go. Again, Hylton is very aware, very adept on the ground. Hackett is just doing a great job securing these positions.
Hylton looks dead tired to me too, Will.
Well, you know, he's been on the defense pretty much for 3 rounds now, defending and reacting to everything that Hackett's doing. You know, we talked about in the last fight, Hackett's brother was being dictated. Well, Hackett is dictating here.
Well, we've got about 30 seconds left to go here, and if Nash doesn't mount any offense, this looks like it'll be a clean sweep for Hackett. At least in our eyes.
Absolutely. Hackett's maintaining side control. Nash was trying to bring a knee up, but Hackett just very aware and very in the moment. He's got the arms locked, looking to go north-south. What can he do? I think at this point, nice knee. Beautiful. Excellent work by Mr. Jayson Hackett. You know, they're going to bring it to the judges, but, you know, I would have to say this one goes to Hackett, Brian.
It has all the makings of a 30-27 to me, but you never know. Absolutely, you never know.
Both these young men exhausted. Good show of sportsmanship. You know, for the folks at home that have never done this, the amount of energy it takes is absolutely unreal.
I think that's the understatement of the night. I think just getting into a cage and just not even throwing a punch, just the amount of energy that you have to expend just to avoid getting hit is enough to break somebody down.
The amount of energy just to come down to the cage under the lights to get in, you expend a lot of energy. You know, I challenge the folks at home to just bounce and keep their hands up for 3 minutes at a time. Just bounce back and forth with their hands up. Now have a skilled athlete trying to hurt you and you have to defend. I mean, it's insanity in there, and I have nothing but respect for every young man and woman that steps in this cage.
And it provides some of the highest level of entertainment. It really is awesome. We could feel the energy building inside Rivers tonight.
Hackett feels very confident.
Well, I think it's 3-0. I think you could make a case possibly because of some of the damage you may be able to give Hylton a round, but I think it's a foregone conclusion that Hackett, the cowboy, will be...
Now my question is that his hat, or is he doing that because Gordon Ryan wears the hats now? We're going to bring it up to Mike Falvo for the official announcement.
How about a round of applause for these two fighters and one hell of a fight, ladies and gentlemen. And now, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecard. All 3 judges score the fight 29-28 for your winner by unanimous decision. Out of the blue corner, Jayson, the Cowboy Hackett.